and raised in Somalia. I have 2 kids. I have a 20-year-old, 4th year at RIT, and a 20-year-old at Hassan University, 3rd year pre-law. So I'm a school board member, and I'm running again to see if I'll get elected. And I work at CNMC, so I'm here. Any questions?
Have you considered switching to a Christianity or Catholicism?
No. I've never thought of it.
What was it like moving to Lewiston?
It was hard. It had ups and downs, but it's getting better. There's still work to be done.
How is moving to the U.S. affected your religion and culture?
Actually, it did not affect my religion and my culture. The only issue was I arrived in America 2000, and of course September 11 happened in 2001. So there was some difficulty, but it did not at the beginning.
What kind of thoughts were going through your head when you were brought here?
I'm sorry?
What kind of thoughts were going through your head when you were brought here?
To America? Where am I going? Just because of, remember, I don't think you know about it, but after you get accepted, you're coming to America, you go through orientation. When your orientee tells you, you don't talk to anybody unless they talk to you. When you're being told, your neighbor may not know you. When you're being told all this information in wearing big interviews or being told about it on an orientation. So you walk in, I'm so scared. My kids were 6 and 7. You're being told you cannot let your kid off your eyes. So you're just like, oh my God, who do I trust? You don't trust your neighbor, you don't trust the busman, you don't trust, you go to the store, you have your kids, you're just obsessed with the kids and obsessed with your life, being scared. And of course, Hollywood doesn't help, and LA movies. I know you have questions, guys, come on.
How did you see the community react to your newsletter?
It was harsh. It was hard. And I think we did the best in coming out, 4,000 people, to show support.
What was it like while you were living in Lewiston?
Didn't understand.
What was it? I didn't mean Lewiston. I meant, what was it like when you were living at the refugee camp?
The refugee camp was hard. It's tents that are closed. You have a school and basic health center now they built a couple of times that. So you don't leave the refugee camp because you don't have any status to go outside the town. So the UN was reading us and we just stay at the refugee camp.
What are some of the challenges that your community faces in an American society?
What does what? I didn't catch you on that.
What are some of the challenges you and your community face in the American society?
There is a challenge because my last name is Mohammed. There's Mohammed, there's Ahmed. When my 20-year-old is being stopped and asked, what's your name, Ahmed? Really? Is that a real name? I thought that is terrorist. So, there's some challenge, but I hope things will change. So somebody else there?
How is people in Lewiston different than people in Somalia?
How?
Yeah.
Different color, different religion.
when you first came down, was it confusing with knowing everything, where everything was, and just getting to know what to do?
It's different and it's hard. Trust me, speaking English is not the key. Knowledge is the key. When you go to the machine to buy a bottle of soda or a bottle of water and you're putting your dollar in and it's throwing out and you're like, what is wrong with this machine? And it does not work. And you're just like, I think I have read the instruction right. So, or when you're throwing your trash and the trash can tells you thank you and you're just like, please talk to me. So it has some issues.
How do you like your stay here in Williston?
How do I like? I love it. I am at home. I'm not leaving anywhere soon, honey.
Well, it's sort of an answer to what somebody said to your son. Well, there's this like famous show called Jeff something, but he has this,
Just Jeff Depp.
yeah, him. He has
Okay.
that,
Ahmad,
yeah.
skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw that, I thought it was hilarious the first time. I went to watch it in Boston, actually. I was relocated in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. I live in Atlanta, Georgia for a year. Then moved to Nigeria.
What are the differences between living in Georgia and Williston?
Georgia, 80 degrees, humidity. People kind of friendly, but not really. But at big city, too much traffic. You can name a lot. A peach state. No, I love those things. So I was sticking with this.
Were the things you were told before you moved to Maine lived up to what you were told?
To me, I was told about schools, great schools, low crime. Trust me, we have lowest crime. Bengal is higher than us. People don't know that. Portland is higher than us. Auburn is higher than Lewiston. So yes,
How did you learn English when you first
went to school. We went to school. I learned English through refugee camp. I have taken classes, and I'm learning English every day. So.
What was it like in Somalia before everything started going bad?
It was good. I was 14 years old when I left Somalia, so I don't have a lot of memories, but it was okay. I just went back after 12 years, so it brought a couple of memories back. What are the teachers? Do you have questions?
What were some of the helpful stuff that was provided when you got to America?
When I came to America, people come to America different ways. I came to America because my husband was in America. So the first thing I did, apply for my Social Security. I came September 6th. September 20th, I had my Social Security. September 30th, I had a job to today. But I was on his insurance, so really, healthcare was something that I really wanted. So I had to go and volunteer a couple of hospitals and get information what I wanted to do.
What made you decide to run for the school board?
Good question. I was search for the superintendent. And after a couple of months when we hired him, I asked him, let's go have lunch and something like that. So to cut a story short, after the lunch, he told me thank you and congratulations, and I told him congratulations for the new position. And he's like, oh, I would really like to ask you something. I said, go ahead. And he's like, there's open seat for school. Would you please do that? I'm like, So he knew what different boards I was in, volunteering in the high school. I just threw, I took a couple of kids to prom who were homeless. So he really thought I was into helping. So that's how I ended up putting my name on the ballot. And unfortunately, I ran against the former superintendent. So I lost. He got 510, I think, votes, and I got 480 something. And I thought I did good for school superintendent. And then I got a phone call in April from the mayor this year. And he told me he wanted to appoint me. And I was like, no, I don't want school board, I don't want politics. I'm not involved with those things. I'm going to Africa for vacation. I'm not thinking about anything right now. So I went to Africa, I came back. I went to Kenya and Somalia, came back. And they were still holding the position, so they asked me. So I was like, oh, okay, there's no escaping. So that's how I get into school board. And this time my name is on the ballot, and I think I have a good chance of getting in. Let me see.
How has your move to Lewiston changed you?
How? It taught me that people are different. Remember, I came from Somalia where we had one religion. I am in like 4 or 5 interfaith groups now. I listen to different opinions and a lot of people. I feel like I'm really getting to be a well-rounded kid, that my mother would say.
What like specific cultures did you bring with you?
My clothes. My value of family. You know that Americans don't have, they do. Family support. Religion. I know you have other questions. Go ahead, guys.
Have you seen a change in the way people first react to you to now?
Oh yeah, there's a big change. There's a change. I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a patient telling me, don't take care of me because you're black. And at the end of the day telling me, oh, I did not know you're nice. So, it changes.
So you said you went to Somalia just recently
Yeah,
for a vacation?
I was in Somalia in April.
So what was that like, going back after?
Was
Was
so
that your first time back?
Yeah, 12 years. It was so different. I had a week in Somalia and I went to 10 cities. Just wanted to see different. Yeah, but so much different. Technology is there within me. Facebook is there, iPhones, Twitter, all Western life. Nice restaurants, nice hotels. A lot of people from Western world have come back.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Do you believe there is still a small amount of government stability there?
I believe there's corruption, that's the biggest issue, but there is a little bit government. So if we can stop the corruption, we'll be at ease.
How is the government different in Somalia compared to the US? Do you like it better?
I was so happy last night. I am taking a police academy class. I was so happy to hear Lewiston police saying there's corruption in America to the public, because normally people don't say those things. But compared to Africa, the policing in Africa and law enforcement and stuff like that are different. I mean, money talks in those world. So you have the money, you can do whatever you want. I can just tell the police I don't want to see you anymore and you will be disappeared. So that's the difference. here, the police have to answer to those things. Still have 5 minutes. It's not that boring, guys.
If like all the government countries get in Somalia, the bad stuff stops happening, would you ever think about coming back?
I'm not really sure if I will. But I don't know the standard of the government. I don't know if it will ever be. After you live in this society, it's hard to live in another part of the world. But maybe I will, but I'm not sure.
My favorite food from the Somali culture is sambusa. What's your favorite food from the American culture?
It's so sad to say this, but chili. I love chili. It's so sad.
Well, it's something about your trip to Somalia.
Yes, sir.
Did you see any like fights on the road or anything?
No, I did not. My sister works for the UN, so I knew where I was going. I did not just go where the war was, and I avoided it. And as an American, it's hard to go to those areas because you have to give your passport, you have a contact number, whatever you are. So there are places they will tell you to not go here.
Have there been any negative stereotypes you've heard in America that when you went to Somalia, you proved yourself that were not true?
Quick Africans. Not too much.
Like stereotypes about Somalia?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I should have been more clear. Sorry.
People just think we don't work. And I've told people 100 million times, it's an individual case. I cannot just categorize all Americans don't work. But do I know lazy people? Yeah, I do. So,
What do you like most about Lewiston?
about Lewiston, I love it. People are friendly to me. It's safe. For me, I don't know somebody else. Me, it's safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we give our guest a nice round of applause? You need to push your chairs in, gather your belongings.